problem in our economy, that it was changing in such a way that fewer and fewer people were being able to live the lives they want to live, that hard work wasn't paying off anymore, that responsibility wasn't paying off anymore, and that there were a few people were doing very well, and everybody else was running faster and faster just to keep their place. That remains the central economic challenge of our time. This is going to define our country now and in the future. And we have such a radically different idea. I shouldn't say radically, in case anybody is. I don't want to create a. I want to end up on Fox tonight. But we have such a distinctly different view about this. And much of it is contained within this debate over the fiscal situation. Now, their fundamental view is if we just cut everything, if we cut government, if we cut, now their fundamental view is if we just cut everything, if we cut government, if we cut taxes, particularly for people at the top, if we cut regulations and let Wall Street write its own rules again, if we just do those things, that we are going to, then everything will work out. But the future will present itself to us. Last week I made some comments about Governor Romney's propensity to change his position on things, and this was very disagreeable to some of his people. And one of these guys said he's just saying that because Obama's the Herbert Hoover of our time. And I started thinking about that, and I started thinking about what it is that Romney's proposing. He's proposing, these tax cuts for the people at the top. Is economic suicide. It's a huge mistake. Plus, this is the way we're going to create, making our kids and adults the best educated and best trained in the world, and then creating high-end jobs through innovation. These are the keys to changing our economic mix, to fighting back against this trend in which so many people are being marginalized economically. The third thing is infrastructure. They basically want to turn their back on that as well and cut back on that and let our bridges and roads and airports and railways, our energy grids and broadband line, all of that, let them go. And if you're not in this world, we all know what's happening. We all know that our kids are sliding relative to kids in other countries, and we know there's great inequality in our own country from one school district to the next. We are depriving our kids of the chance to make the most of their lives, and we're depriving ourselves of their talent and our ability to compete with these other countries. The President always says, and he's right, the countries that out-teach us today will out-compete us tomorrow. So we mortgage the future if we follow their blueprint. The same is true on research and development, innovation, basic science. It's the government research, because industry can't afford to do the kind of research that is so speculative, that it may not pay off.